and welcome to my channel. I feel exceptionally professional today with this blazer type jacket, and I don't know why I'm dressed up so much for just a normal day at home. But regardless, I look fancy and I thought to myself, let's film this video. Now bear in mind, I have started filming this specific video yesterday. However, there was an accident which I will show you right now. Let's roll the clips.
No, hold on, listen up.
So basically what happened is that I dropped a drawer full of eyeshadow palettes. Okay? Everything fell to the floor. And so yeah, however, on the complete opposite bright side, nothing broke. Nothing broke. Not a single eyeshadow broke. Well, there's only one, which is Glass Bowl from ColourPop, but it was so weird because all I had to do was just press it with my finger and it was just as good as new. It's like a cream shadow that you can just mend by pressing it together. It was just a weird but great experience overall. Today's video, if you haven't gathered yet, is going to be the eyeshadow tag. I've seen this going on YouTube. I've seen so many people that I watch regularly film this. I saw Kelly Gooch, of course. I saw Lauren May Beauty, I think. I also saw Sarah Rose. I saw Samantha March and Allie. These are the 5 that I can remember off the top of my head, which will be linked in the comments, in the information box, in the description box down below, so you can check them out. But let's get started with the question. Not really a question, it's more of a prompt. The first one is my newest palette, which will be my Persona Color Theory Pink palette. I have actually filmed a video trying this out. I will link the video in the eye above. This is just like a quintet, I think it's called, with 5 shadows, all in the pink family, all matte. You're gonna have to watch the video to find out whether I like it or not. All I have to say is that I do have some cons when it comes to this, so definitely watch the video. Next is the oldest palette in my collection, and I would have to say that it's without a doubt my KVD Beauty Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. This is such a staple in my collection. I can't imagine my collection without it. It's an oldie, but a real goodie. It has a bunch of matte neutrals, which you can use to create an entire eye look. You might need a shimmer here or there, but you can easily rectify with other singles or other palettes. I can't imagine it without this palette. I love it. This is a good one. I know that the drama with Kat Von D is all over the internet, but luckily now you can buy KVD products without it being associated to Kat Von D and without her making profit. So it's a win-win situation, right? Okay, next is going to be the most pricey, the most expensive. I had to think about this, but I think this is going to be the answer. This is my Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. This is my favorite palette of all time. I love this palette. When I dropped my eyeshadow drawer, my biggest panic moment was New Nudes is in it. I don't want it to break. I literally, as much as I love my other palettes, I was only worried, really concerned about this. But it's a miracle. It's still safe and perfect and beautiful. This palette is just everything to me. I love it. Then we have the most affordable palettes, and let me show you. Let me not drop the drawer today. My most affordable palettes are my ColourPop monochromatic 9-pan palettes. I think these are about $12, and they're definitely the cheapest ones in my collection. let's not drop anything. I closed the drawer. It's safe and sound. Great. Then we have my everyday palette. And it's not really an eyeshadow palette, but it's a palette. And so I'm going with it. It's actually my Smashbox contour palette. I love using this on my eyes. It's just everything I need for an everyday eyeshadow palette. It's literally all I need. A bone-toned kind of beigey color to set my eyelid. I need crease colors and mascara. And it's perfect. If I was a minimalist, and if I didn't really enjoy like orange and yellow and green and yellow, and I said yellow twice, you can definitely tell where my true passion lies. But yeah, if I didn't need all these colors, if I didn't need all of those different textures, I would be happy just keeping this. And this would be perfect because this is like a double purpose sort of item. I can use it also for my face. It's just great. It's an amazing palette. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. Then we have my most colorful palette, and I had to go with my Juvia's Place Zulu. It's like a rainbow. It's just a rainbow, you know? This is a rainbow palette. I like it. I don't love it. It's not my favorite Juvia's Place palette, and keep that in mind because I'm about to talk about another one that I love. Maybe you already know what I'm gonna talk about next. But next is going to be my smallest palette. And this is where I kind of wondered whether I should really talk about these, because I bought them assuming that they're cruelty-free. But then I was like, after acquiring them, of course, I was like, let me see if these are really cruelty-free. And I don't really know if they are cruelty-free. And I'm talking about Kaja, Bento, Trio, blah blah blah. These don't look like your traditional palette. These are just like some eyeshadows stacked one on top of the other. And they might not be cruelty-free, I don't really know. But these are the smallest ones that I have. And this goes to show you, even I, with 2.5 years of cruelty-free makeup experience, can sometimes rush into assuming that brands are cruelty-free when in some cases they're not. And this is a classic example of that. I have another one of these which makes matters even worse. But to be completely fair, I wish that they were cruelty-free so that I can use them and show them without feeling so guilty, because they are good quality products. They're just probably not cruelty-free, unfortunately. Next we have the biggest one in my collection, and that is my Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. 6 words. And I got them right. I salute myself. This is how the palette looks. It has 24. It has 24 eyeshadows with different textures and different finishes and all of that. I initially thought that maybe the Huda Beauty was bigger, but I counted how many shadows, and this one has 24 shadows. It's more than any of my other palettes, I think. And I really like it. It's a good palette. It's a good palette to have. And it has a lot of different finishes, a lot of different textures, and it makes your eye look interesting. It makes your eye look interesting. I like that. Alright. Next is a palette that has some fun memories. And I'm thinking it's probably this. Look, if you've seen the majority of my palettes, they look pristine and new. This one does not, because my cousin, who was here 2 years ago, maybe, was using this. I gave her the palette to use it, and she left me a mark. At first I was like, I want my palettes to look clean, but then I was like, every time I use this palette, I will remember her. She lives in California, I live in Nazareth, so there's like we're oceans apart. But it doesn't really matter, because now I have one thing that will always remind me of her, and it's this. And yeah, every time, I think we also filmed an Instagram live using this, and it was a lot of fun. This is, if I haven't told you what this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam, as you can tell. This is how it looks. It's a beautiful palette, lovely. If I were to tell you the truth, if I have a special occasion, there are three, wow, I almost dropped my notebook, not my eyeshadow palettes, which is better, but still unfortunate. But yeah, if I have a special occasion, I know that I need to get ready and I need my eye look to look more, you know, like I put some effort into it. If I need my eye look to look interesting and unique, these are the three palettes that I will go to. I will either go to Soft Glam, the Huda one, or the Tati one, which is a useful piece of information, I hope. Maybe. You can tell me. Then, next we have a palette that is worth the hype. So easy. So easy. My Magic palette from Juvia's Place is my favorite Juvia's Place palette. And is definitely worth every bit of hype it gets. Initially everybody was like hyping the Masquerade palette and I like don't get it. People got over Masquerade and realized that this exists and started giving this all their love and affection. I was like, yes, yes, because this is so good. Let me show it to you one more time. Look, stunning. One word, perfect. Perfect. Next is a palette that unfortunately is not worth the hype, and this may be controversial because I know that some people have strong feelings about this, and it's my Dose of Color Desi XKD palette. To be honest, it is a good palette. I love the shimmers in it. I think the shimmers in it are what make it special, but the mattes are kind of hard to blend and muddy, and I did not really expect that because I know that Dose of Colors has a lot of like matte palettes, like matte 5 shadow palettes or something, maybe 4, maybe 5, I really can't remember. Like something sienna, chocolate, something, I don't know, warm sienna is it called? Something, you know, and I expected their mattes to be different, and they were different but not in a way that I really like. I love the shimmers again. The shimmers here, like this one is called Just a Kiss, and it's just the most perfect shadow in the entire palette in my eyes. But yeah, it was not a complete disappointment, but I can't tell you that I was, yes, like so happy about it and loving it every single day. No, really, no. Then we have favorite from a favorite brand. So I was thinking about eyeshadow brands that I really think are reliable, and I had to either go with Juvia's Place, basically showing you magic again, or Colourpop. And I decided to show you some Colourpop palettes because why not? I couldn't pick just one, I picked two because I love them equally, and they are the monochromatic 9 pans in Orange You Glad and Aha Honey. I'm wearing Orange You Glad today on both of my eyes, obviously. This is like a go-to palette for me. This is a palette that I use all the time and I depend on, and it always pulls through. It always performs excellently. I love it. Then, of course, anytime I want yellow, and I already kind of hinted to my love for yellow shadows, I always reach for my Aha Honey palette. This is so good, so good, so good, so good. It's just brilliant. Love it. Love it. Finally, we have my most used. And it's again not like in a traditional palette sense, because it's the melt stacks. I think right here I have the entire rust stack. Is it called the rust stack here with one more shade, which I will show you. Now I'm going to show you that I remember and I know my melt shadows back to back. I know what each one is called. Let me know how amazing I am at knowing my Melt Cosmetics shadows. I know everything here by heart. I have Classic, Blur, Antique, Unseen, Rubbish, Rust, and Rot. These are my go-tos. Like if I have to think of one makeup if I had to think of one like makeup item other than like bronzer and highlighter and whatever that I always go to, it's like my go-to product, it's these. I love these. I absolutely love this. And I highly, highly, highly treasure it. It's one of my most treasured pieces in my makeup collection. I love using them on the daily, and I do. Like, I don't know how well they can see, but they don't look as clean and as brand new as almost anything else in my collection. They look like they've had a beating. Not a physical one, but they've definitely had a... you know what? They were also some of the victims of yesterday's eyeshadow waterfall. When I saw that they were perfectly intact, I cannot tell you how relieved I was, because I rely on these. These two are my most important eyeshadow products to have, because they are what I like to use on the daily, my favorite. And this is what gets the most use. This is what gets the most use, but this is a very important one to have still. We made it to the end of the eyeshadow tag, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then leave me some thumbs up. Don't forget to answer some questions in the comments bar down below, and I will see you in the next one. See you later. Bye!